Good morning, peeps. Happy New Year to you all. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a marvellous Christmas. Myself and Lisa have been laid up with one of these bugs that's flying around. So this morning I'm coming out to do a tab to try and clear my lungs out. So I've been coughing tremendously. Lisa went out and bought some earplugs yesterday because I've been coughing through the night. And as she said to me, it's got to be cheaper than a divorce, isn't it? So, yeah. So, lots going on over the Christmas period I've seen. Keith's done a few videos, which I'll follow up on later on. But I want to talk to you today because something sprung into my head over the Christmas period. From when I was being deployed out to Canada on exercise. The exercises were called Exercise Medman. I don't know what they're called now, but I believe they've been changed. But it was a live firing exercise out on the Canadian prairie. Yeah, we were stationed at a place called Bathurst, British Army Training Unit Suffield, not far outside of Medicine Hat in Alberta in Canada. And normally you deploy out there for about 6 weeks, depending on whether you went on an advanced party, rear party, whatever. But 6 weeks in Canada. Now, I did 3 Medmans in my time. First one was Medman 4, middle of July. Next one was Medman 6. And then Medman 7 and 8, the majority of times, Medman 8 would get cancelled. Now, I know during my time with the Black Watch, the Medman 7 that we were on, yeah, interesting times. We ended up with snow to the point that the whole battle group, yeah, the vehicles were getting bogged in. And it was the commanding officer of the Black Watch who was actually determined that what he was going to do was keep going until the final vehicle stopped. My understanding is he got called in by the commander of Bathurst and told to stop being a prat. Yeah, and we had to curtail the exercise. I don't forget, I got sent up to a place called Kangaroo Rats, where the FRG, or Ford Repair Group, which was the Remy workshops, to actually get my head down. Myself and my crew have been working for 4 days solid, going to various breakdowns and everything. And I got tasked with looking at a 432 that had an electrical problem. And for the life of me, I couldn't find the fault. Yeah. My officer commanding turned up, a bloke called John Kosh. And he said to me, cool, Clark, he said, so when was the last time you and your crew had any sleep? So I said, about 4 days in total, sir. So we've cat naps as we've gone along. He said, right, I want you to go up to Kangaroo Rat, go to the FRG hut, get your head down. He said, I'll guarantee you, you'll get up the following morning and you'll find that the fault will be staring you in your face. So we duly did so. I was on a 434. The driver was a lad called Willie Gordon. And like I say, we had snow. It was blizzard conditions. To the point that myself and Willie were actually travelling with our respirators on to try and stop the snow from getting into our face. And if it hadn't have been for someone from the FRG team opening up the door to the hut at the top of Kangaroo Rat, we'd have ploughed our 434 through the door. Yeah, because the only thing that made us realise we were anywhere near was when suddenly we got this light appear at the doorway, and Willie managed to stop around about 10 feet away from the door, which was quite worrying. So Julie, as the OC had said, went in there, got some scoff, got my head down, and I've been promised by the OC that he wouldn't wake us unless it was an absolute emergency. So the next thing I know, I've got the OC shaking me in my DOS bag. Call Clark, call Clark. So I just opened my eyes and looked at him and said, I don't believe you, sir. He said, you turned around and told us that you wouldn't wake us unless it was a dire emergency. He just looked me in the eyes and said, Call Clark, get your lazy ass out of bed. You've been asleep for 36 hours. I'd slept for 36 hours after being on the go for 4 days. Sure enough, got up, had some food, jumped into the 432, and as I jumped into the 432, the fault that I've been looking for was staring me in the face. Just down by the driver's leg, as you jump in, there's a thing called a distribution link box. And on there is a paralleling link, as they called it. And there was a broken wire on this paralleling link. But like I say, I was so tired that I couldn't even see it. And sure enough, fixed that, got the vehicle on its way, and we carried on with the exercise. But like I say, we had blizzard conditions. I know during that time on that Medman, we actually got called in back to Suffield to go and dig people out of their houses. Yeah, because the snow was that deep and thick. It was actually halfway out some of the doors of the residents in Suffield. So we were called in to actually go and dig them out. Now, it makes me laugh now when we get a little bit of snow in this country and everything comes to a grinding halt. I've been to Norway, been to Canada, I've seen real snow. Yeah, and we have a little bit of snow here, yeah, and suddenly everything comes to a grinding halt. But the other thing about being in Canada, yeah, during your time there, you were actually housed in a place called Camp Crowfoot. And those of you that have been out to Bathurst will know Camp Crowfoot very well. Now, the British Army spends a hell of a lot of money on paint. Because I know when I was there with the Black Watch, all we did for the first couple of days was paint everything. Yeah, to the point that all the rocks outside the guard room had to be painted in regimental colours. Yeah. We also did, at the end of our exercise in Canada, we did an area sweep from Camp Crowfoot down to a place called the Canucks, which is the Canadians' version of the American PX, or NAFI as we know it. So it was an extended line as a battle group. Good morning. How you doing, my love? All right?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, not bad. So yeah, extended line as a battle group right across the prairie from Camp Crowfoot down to the Canucks. And if you've been out there, you'll know it's a good sort of mile and a half or more down to the Canucks, picking up litter. Yeah, so that's what the British Army was all about. Yeah, painting things and picking up litter. It was even so bad, the RSM and the Black Watch wouldn't allow the tumbleweed to tumble. So we had to nail the tumbleweed down. Yeah, daft situation, isn't it? Yeah, really daft. But during your nights off, unless you were deployed out into the prairie, you'd head off into Medicine Hat. And in Medicine Hat, there was a very famous place, and you'll all know it if you've been out there, the Assiniboia Inn, or the Sin Bin, as it got nicknamed. Bit of a nightclub, bit of a bar. Yeah, there was girls there, you know, and you'd head off into the Sin Bin. The other one in Med Hat, as I remember it, it's called the Silver Buckle. Yeah, and that was like the other side of town. Yeah, and you head off to the Silver Buckle. But after your exercise out on the prairie, before you fly home, you had a couple of days R&R. Now, on one of my deployments out there, we ended up with 5 days of R&R, which was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And myself and 9 other lads from the LAD, we'd gone into Medhat and we'd booked ourselves a Winnebago. So we thought we'd do some travelling. Unfortunately, when we went to go and pick up the Winnebago, some officers had got to the place first and had offered the bloke more money for the Winnebago and stole it off us. So we ended up in 2 Ford LTDEs. Yeah, so there's 10 of us in these 2 vehicles, and we decided we were going to head off down into America. So we left Medhat, or Bathurst, and headed off down south into America. And when we got to the border crossing, obviously we got Canadian dollars and we needed to exchange those for American dollars. But at the border, there was the actual place where you change your money was shut. So we decided to carry on, and we ended up in a little village called Shelby, which is in Montana. Pulled into Shelby, went to the bank, and after we'd been to the bank, we walked out, and across the road was a bar. That's dangerous, isn't it, for British squaddies? Yeah, stopping off somewhere. So we decided we'd go and have a quick drink. Next door to the bar was a shop that sold Stetson hats. And we all went in there, got to do it, ain't you? You're in America. So we all went in and we bought some Stetsons. Phone's gone a bit awry there at me holder. Bear with me, everyone.